Good evening, guys, and welcome. Sorry about earlier. I didn't do the live watch-along of the final quarterfinal Euro 2024 quarterfinal between Netherlands and Turkey. Netherlands progress, so we'll see Spain take on France and Netherlands take on England. As for the Copa America, it is going to be finished. That looks horrible. It is going to be finished today. As we see Colombia, winners of Group D, taking on the runners-up in Group C. So Colombia, they surprisingly top Group D over Brazil. And Group C, Panama came second over the host USA after that 2-1 victory where it was a red card given to USA. So this game's taking place at the State Farm Stadium in Arizona. Going into this game, Colombia have 4 wins and a draw. The only draw being the last game they played, 1-1 versus Brazil on match day 3. In the other games so far, they beat Paraguay 2-1 on match day 1 and beat Costa Rica 3-0 on match day 2. In the friendlies before the tournament, they thrashed USA 5-1 and beat Bolivia 3-0. And they're undefeated in their last 25 games. Top scorers Munoz with 2 goals, no assists, and 0.5 XG. 135 minutes per goal, no player in the matches. He's played all 3 matches so far, which equates to 270 minutes. As for Panama, it's 1 loss and 4 wins in their last 5 games. Most recently, they defeated Bolivia 3-1 on match day 3, as well as 2-1 over USA on match day 2, and a 3-1 defeat to Uruguay on match day 1. In the friendlies before the tournament, they beat Guyana 2-0 and Montserrat 3-1. Fajardo's top scorer, 2 goals, no assists, and a 0.9 XG. 107 minutes per goal, no player in the matches yet. 3 matches played, which equates to 213 minutes. Last time they faced each other was on the 3rd of June 2019 in a friendly. It ended 3-0. Colombia, Tassilo, Muriel, and Falcao were the goal scorers in that game as well. In the group stage, as I've already mentioned, Colombia finished top, 7 points, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss. 2 wins, a draw, and no losses, plus 4 goal difference. Second was Brazil, 5 points, a win, 2 draws, no losses, 3 goal difference. Costa Rica were third, 4 points, a win, a draw, a loss, negative 2 goal difference. And Paraguay, 2 points in bottom, 3 losses, negative 5 goal difference. As for Panama in Group C, Uruguay top, 9 points, 3 wins out of 3, plus 8 goal difference. Panama second, 6 points, 2 wins and a loss with a plus 1 goal difference. USA came third, 3 points, 1 win, 2 losses, 0 goal difference. And Bolivia bottom, 0 points, 3 losses, and a negative 9 goal difference. In the FIFA rankings, Panama ranked as number 43 with 1,482 points, and Colombia number 12 with 1,669 points. So this is at the State Farm Stadium with Maurizio Mariani, the Italian referee. And my prediction is Colombia 3, Panama 1. James Rodriguez will get onto the score sheet. And we might as well talk about latest game, but I will talk about that in the live stream. Brazil versus Uruguay. So the form in the last 5 for Brazil is 2 wins, 3 draws. In the tournament so far, they drew 0-0 with Costa Rica on match day 1, beat Paraguay 4-1 on match day 2, and drew 1-1 with Colombia on match day 3. In the friendlies before the tournament, they got a 3-1 win over Mexico and a 1-1 draw with USA. They haven't lost in their last 5 matches, and Uruguay versus Brazil has never ended as a draw inside 90 minutes. As for Uruguay, it's 4 wins and a draw in the last 5 games. On match day 1, they defeated Panama 3-1. Match day 2, they thrashed Bolivia 5-0. And on match day 3, they defeated USA 1-0. I'm just going to... So there won't be any extra time in this game, but yes. Friendlies before the tournament, it was a 0-0 draw with Costa Rica and a 4-0 thrashing of Mexico. They haven't lost in 7 games. Top scorer, it's Maximilian Araujo for Brazil. 2 goals, 1 assist. I wrote that the wrong way around. For Uruguay, it's Maximilian Araujo. 2 goals, 1 assist, 0.6 XG. 104 minutes per goal. He's had 1 player of the match. 3 matches played, 207 minutes played. Vinicius Jr. has 2 goals, no assists, 0.7 XG. 126 minutes per goal, 1 player of the match. Played all 3 matches, which is 251 minutes. The teams are coming out, by the way, in the game. I'm going to chuck the sound up so you can hear the commentary, because I'm really bad at naming the players. And there's extra facts from the commentators. Okay, I hope this works.
For the national team.
I hope you can hear that. What else have we read? Brazil, Uruguay. So, head-to-head, most recently World Cup qualification game on the 18th of October 2023. Uruguay got a 2-0 victory over Brazil, and in World Cup qualifiers on the 15th of October 2021, Brazil thrashed Uruguay 4-1. So in the group, Brazil came second, 5 points and 2 draws. As for Uruguay, they came top, 3 wins out of 3. That game's at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas with Dario Herrera, the Argentine referee. Uruguay are number 14th in the rankings with 1,663 points. Brazil are number 4 with 1,792 points. But Uruguay are better on form. So I'm going to go Brazil 1, Uruguay 2, and obviously no extra time in the game. So I'm going to have a look at the starting 11 for this game. 7 minutes till kickoff. At the State Farm in Arizona. So for Colombia, it's 4-3-3. Vargas in goal. Mojica at left back with Munoz at right back. It's Davinson Sanchez and Cuesta, the 2 centre backs. Arias, Uribe, and Rios are in midfield. Luis Diaz left wing. Captain Ames Rodriguez at right wing, and Cordoba, the striker. As for Panama, it's a 5-4-1. Mosquera in goal. Captain Davies at left back with Murillo at right back. Cordoba, Farina, and Miller are the centre backs. Barcenas is left mid, Blackman right mid, with Welch and Martinez, the 2 central midfielders. And it's Fallardo, the top goal scorer for them so far, at striker. On the bench for Colombia, it's Montero, David Ospina, Machado, Arias, Pina, Carrasca, Quintero, Castana, Duran, Sinistera, Boyja, Bore, and Asperilla, with Lucumi out doubtfully. As for Panama, it's Samudio, Meja, Anderson, Valencia, Ayarza, Harvey, Yanis, Gondola, Anderson, Lennis, Guerrero, and Diaz. They've got 1 less player on the bench. The winner of this game will take on either Uruguay or Brazil on Wednesday in USA, Thursday in Europe, where my live stream is. And in the other semi-final, it's Argentina v Canada. Argentina v Ecuador ended 1-1. Argentina victorious 4-1 pens. It was Sandro Martinez's header 35 minutes in, and Rodriguez on the 91st minute to level it. Venezuela v Canada. Canada opened scoring. Schaffelberg 13 minutes in, but Rondon on the 64th minute made it 1-1. Canada won 4-3 on penalties. The finals, the bronze final is on the Saturday evening in USA, Sunday morning in the UK, and the final is on Sunday 14th in the evening, Monday morning at 1 a.m. So it's time for the national anthem. So on FOTMob, the ratings, 43,358 people have voted. 84% of those people think Colombia will win. 6% think it'll be a draw after 90 minutes. And 10% think Panama will get the win. I'm just going to read you my script that I said. So I'm going to mute that. So, with a 1-1 draw against Brazil to close out the group stage, Colombia not only clinched the first place in Group D, but also extended their unbeaten run to 26 matches. That stretches all the way back to the 2022 World Qualification cycle, as the Cafeteros missed out on qualifying for the finals in Qatar. A return to the sport's biggest stage is the aim of manager Nestor Lorenzo, but first the focus is on trying to lift the Copa America title for the first time since their 2001 title, won as host. Ames Rodriguez is throwing it back to the glory days of 2014, undoubtedly. He has been one of the big keys into making this Colombian side feel unbeatable. He's had 3 assists in the group stage and is creating for a rotating cast of forwards and wingers, many of whom are also comfortable connecting passes in the attacking third. So highest assists is Ames Rodriguez with 3, Alexis McAllister with 2, and Nicolas de la Cruz with 2. Panama beat the United States and Bolivia to reach second in Group C and to get to this point, but they had to weather some absences to do so. That will continue as Panama are missing linchpin midfielder Alberto Carrasquilla after an additional game was added to his red card suspension stemming from a sending off in the second group game. The Central Americans went into the tournament without veteran midfielder Anibal Godoy and saw injuries to Andres Andrade and Fidel Escobar in their depth at centre-back, though it has allowed for a breakout tournament by Enrico Farina. During the tournament, winger Joses Luis Rodrigo was lost to injury as well. Eder Bartanas now shoulders an even heavier load when it comes to creating, though a pair of goals from forward Jose Fiallo has made his life easier. Despite being niggas coming from different confederations, meetings between Panama and Colombia have been relatively infrequent, with the majority of their contests coming in the Bolivarian games, the 1950s and 1960s. The team did clash twice in the official action in the 2005 Gold Cup, with Panama getting 2 of its 4 wins in the series on the way to the final, though that was an alternative Colombian side. This time, both teams will put their best on the field as possible, looking to both put their spots in the semi-final against the winner of Brazil versus Uruguay, which takes place in 3 hours' time. Panama win would be a shock from a team that keeps shocking. A Colombia win would be a victory from a team that keeps winning. Something Astingiff. It's Colombia versus Panama at the State Farm Stadium in Arizona. Colombia after 4-2-3 on the bench: Osman, Montero, Arias, Castona, Carrascal, Borja, Mina, Duran, Cincinnati, Boya, Quintero, Aspera, and Machado. It's going to be Davies, the left back, captain. So referee is Maurizio Mariani, Italian, with Bindoni and Tegoni either side of him. Ortega is fourth official, with Orio also fourth official, but later in the game, the Peruvians. And in the VAR, so yeah, James Rodriguez, captain of Colombia, Davies, captain of Panama. So it's Marco Diobello, Alejandro Di Paolo, and Gary Vargas in VAR, with Gustavo Rossi as the QM. So we're ready for kickoff in the third quarterfinal of Copa America. Colombia v Panama. As for Panama, 3-4-3. In goal, it's Mosquera. It's a back three of Mina, Cordoba, and Farina, with left wing back being captain Davies, right wing back Murillo, with Welch and Martinez in between them. And it's a front three consisting of left forward Barcenas, right forward Blackman, and Fallardo at that striker role. Blackman, of course, did score that leveler against USC to give them hope. Maya, Samuel, Anderson, Ayaza, Guerrero, Diaz, Gondola, Harvey, Valencia, Anderson, and much more on the bench. So we're ready for this game. I'm going to turn the sound right up.
Nestor Lorenzo, 23 games in, yet to lose.
So I don't have to talk much. But I'm going to change the banner now.
Thomas Christiansen, the former coach of League in England's second tier 6 years ago. In 4 years, has done with Panama.
Okay, we're ready. Colombia versus Panama in the third quarterfinal of Copa America. Colombia top Group D over Brazil, take on Panama, who surprisingly came second in Group C over USA after that shock 2-1 victory over USA, who went down to 10 men, beating Bolivia as well, only losing to Uruguay, who went undefeated. Well, 100%. We will see Uruguay in action later on at 2 a.m. BST, 3 a.m. CEST. 6 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is local time as it's at the Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, with Herrera, the Argentine referee. We're ready for kickoff. Colombia versus Panama in the third quarterfinal. I want to see loads of goals. I'm predicting a 3-1 victory for Colombia. I think James Rodriguez on the goal scoring, as well as Cordoba and Luis Diaz. So yeah, Cordoba, Rodriguez, and Luis Diaz for Colombia, and Fallardo's got to score for Panama. He always seems to. I'm going to turn FOTMOB off because it always seems to be a few seconds ahead. Yeah, it says kickoff's already happened, so I'm going to turn that off. And we will be ready. New video is coming out, my semi-final predictions for Euro 2024 as well.
Colombia's one title host nation 23 years ago, but the feelings are this team can go a long way here to winning maybe a first title outside of their own borders. Here is Johan Mojica. They did top a group which contained Brazil in the first phase. And they do move the ball with a real intensity, the real swagger, Colombia, this team. Under the Argentine, Nestor Lorenzo, former Swindon Town player back in the early 90s, under Rossi Ardiles. Mojica. Mojica now for Carlos Cuesta. He's with Henk in Belgium. Mojica, who is Spanish-based. We're missing today
so yeah, I have uploaded my Euro 2024 semi-final predictions. That video will be coming out probably in the early hours of the morning in Europe. As it's nearly uploaded, it says it's done 251 out of 366 megabytes. So it should be nearly done. I'll do the same for the Copa America. I haven't done any prediction videos in terms of quarterfinals or group stage. I never did a full prediction video either. I've got it in my head, though, what I predicted. I can tell you now on the spot. I predicted Argentina and Canada in Group A. In Group B, Venezuela and Mexico. Group C, I said Uruguay and USA. And Group D, I said Brazil and Colombia, but the other way round. Quarterfinals, my prediction would have been Argentina and Canada to win. I thought that was self-explanatory. However, I think I can still say my prediction. Colombia to beat Panama 3-1 and Uruguay to beat Brazil 2-1. Semi-finals, the video will come out. But in the video, I'm going to say this anyway. Argentina will beat Canada, but it will be closer this time. 2-1, I think it will be. And Argentina will make it to their second successive final. In 2021's edition, Argentina defeated Brazil in the final 1-0 with a goal from Angel Di Maria. This is Angel Di Maria's final competition, I believe.
Just caught here in the challenge a few moments ago.
And if you're wondering why I'm doing Watchalong when it's like, it is just gone 11 p.m. for me. Because kickoffs in the Copa America is now on. It's 11 p.m., 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. my local time, which is British Summer Time or GMT +1. It's because, well, one, I've got to get prepared for the 2026 World Cup, which is being held in the United States, Mexico, and all the games are going to be at like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 11 p.m. And I'm going to try and do watch-alongs of the England group stage games, and then when it gets to it, all the quarterfinals, all the semi-finals, and the final, and the bronze final. Like just what I'm doing for Copa America. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, bronze final, and final will be streamed, hopefully, if I'm awake. For the World Cup, but in the group stages, I'll only be doing games that either big games, so like Argentina, maybe the hosts, and England, because I like to sleep. Because I've looked at it, and I would have finished A-levels well, I think. As in, on average, they're finished like first or second week of June, which is mental, depending on what you take for A-levels. So that does mean, because the tournament begins on June 11th, I should be ready. Not ready. My A-level should be finished by the knockout stages anyway. So I may or may not do watch-alongs for the England group games. It really does depend. It really depends. It really does. But I'll let you know. Of course, I'll let you know.
In terms of the travel, remarkable spells in Mexico, Kazakhstan, Peru, Colombia, Iraq, and now Azerbaijan for the 25.
So yes, it is 11:05 p.m. in the UK, and I'm doing this watch along, and then Brazil versus Uruguay, my local time in the UK, kicks off at 2 a.m. But I am doing both. I'll do both semi-finals, which are both at 1 a.m. UK. The final and bronze finals also at 1 a.m. I hope. I will. Yeah, I think it is. Which does mean I only have to stay up like an hour after midnight, which, yeah, should be good. This game has been like no one's holding possession really. Panama had it. Colombia win it back. No foul. Here's the foul. So that is going to be a foul for Panama there. They're going to have a free kick in their own half. Realistically, either side can win. So it's Thomas Christiansen, the Danish, I think, head coach of Panama. Panama, have done really well to have beaten USA 2-1. They beat Bolivia, of course, 3-1, who didn't even look like they could get third at any point. The good thing about the World Cup is there's more teams. Yeah. Well, their president of CONMEBOL, Alejandro Dominguez, is in there. I don't know if the CONCACAF president goes. He might to the final if a CONCACAF team gets that. Realistically, I think all CONCACAF teams will be out by the semi-finals, I mean. Well, Canada, of course, but Canada are an exception. They're phenomenal. Anyway, 2026 World Cup, obviously, there's L group, so A, B, C, D. Yeah, there's 12 groups, which means the top 2 from each group go through, as well as the top 8 third-place players, just like the Euros, to make a round of 32, then round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, final. So round of 32 and round of 16, I'll only do England's games and the big games. So I'll probably choose 3 round of 32 games, 3 round of 16 games, all the quarterfinals, all the semi-finals, both finals. Group stages, it's just as and when, so yeah. Obviously, if I've got something on the next day at like 9 in the morning, I'm not going to watch the live stream. It's in the USA, they're fine. These games either kick off 6 p.m, 9 p.m. This one today, 7 p.m. I think Arizona use Pacific time, don't they? No, they probably use Eastern time, actually, don't they? They're the main 2 times as well. That's the main 2 times they use. Like, Eastern time's probably closer. What were the time zones I used? I used British Summer Time, Central European Time, Pacific Time, Eastern Time. I got the time zones the wrong way around. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but this game's kicking off 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Other way around.
spell.
7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if they use Pacific time, this is only 4 p.m. Yeah, it's still light out. Well, in the UK it is till about 10 p.m. So that doesn't really say much. This game could be 9 p.m.
Panama's defenders. We are the closest to it.
No, I think this is 7 p.m. I think I'm right. I will check. This in Arizona. 1-0. Colombia. Cordoba. I was right. I said Cordoba will score. Or Cordoba, however you want to pronounce it. It's 1-0. As they're through. Fuck off. John Cordoba.
Debut at 30, now 31. And this in his first major tournament, his second goal of the competition, and the opener in tonight's quarter-final. Got away there from Jose Cordoba, the new Norwich defender, to steal in to score, and Colombia would lift off early.
Oh no, it's 3:09. So kick-off here in Arizona was 3:09.
He stoops to conquer in the penalty area, and Colombia off a flyer. The favourites lead.
And Las Vegas, it's also 3:09.
Panama have problems. That's Miller. So Jean Cordoba, this tournament now 2 goals and 2 assists so far. And these days in Russia, they're best known really for spending the German game with Mainz and Curl and Hertha Berlin. Goal scorer here with a little clash with Miller. Not much in it, I don't think. Maybe
right,
more
let me just do some
entirely necessary from Jean Cordoba.
banners for the later game. I will still watch the game.
Throw taken here by Munoz. Let's sit down there for Uribe. Colombia coming here. This is Rios. Carlos Cuesta. Davinson Sanchez. Looks here for Daniel Munoz of Crystal Palace. Colombia keen to press home their early advantage here for sure in this first half. We'll throw here Munoz and Rios combining. Richard Rios does really well here. Rios across the corner again, but the ball grabbed by goalkeeper Mosquera. That long ball. Posing problems here. This is Fajardo. Fajardo shot. Paper called him national hero this week in Panama, given his goals to beat the US and the opening goal in the win over Bolivia on Monday night. He's in Ecuador's top division at club level.
Fuck off.
He's in good form in his last 2 matches.
What the fuck?
Very handy 2 goals for the Panamanians to book their place in this.
There we go. So how I'm doing it for the new banner, I'll just show you the banner quickly. Kick-off in my time zone, Europe, local time zone, and then the other main time zone in Europe, America. So I do Eastern time and PDT, which is the main time, the Pacific time.
Outside the world's top 40 in the FIFA rankings. It's been for Chris Tennyson a terrific job done so far with Panama.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. kickoff. So yeah, I don't know how I got 7 and 4 because I've watched 2 a.m. kickoffs before, which was 6 and 9. It's just 3 hours earlier. So this it's 3 p.m. Oh, penalty.
Mosquera's trip on Jean Arias.
Penalty.
And Panama here could have real problems. Only what? Just over 12 minutes in.
I wasn't watching that properly. Let's have a look. It's the keeper.
Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that could be a penalty, you know. Penalty shouts.
The first thing here is, was he onside on the initial ball through to him?
I think that is a penalty, to be fair. Yeah, penalty every day of the week. Yep. Clear penalty. Colombia are going to have a penalty here. I think Mariani's going to check it. Of course, Italian referee. So I don't know how he's communicating. I think they communicate in Spanish. I believe in the Copa America it's Spanish that the referee speaks with the countryman. Obviously English if they can. It looks like they're speaking Spanish. English. It might be English, I don't know.
And Panama here. But Colombia look extremely impressive. You can see right on this run of 26 games unbeaten. 3 of those before they brought in Lorenzo as coach.
It's checking.
For the offside.
VAR are checking it.
It was on the replay for me. They're very, very close. Jean Arias and Colombia wait with bated breath.
Yeah, pending VAR, but the VAR checks in this tournament takes it.
Will maybe have a poison chalice in the semi-finals. Brazil or
Maurizio Mariani.
Tremendous Uruguayan team.
To be honest, though, with you, Panama have done really good in the last 5. 4 wins and a loss. As for Colombia, it's 4 wins and a draw. So
officials today, both on field and in the booth, are Italian. The video team today,
all Italian. I think the penalty's not going to be given actually here.
And the penalty stands.
Oh no, penalty does stand. I take back what I say. So James Rodriguez, he's had 3 assists this tournament. He's now got a chance to make it to 4 goals and assists and get on that goal scoring. So yeah, VAR decision by the Italian VAR. So they're all Italian, apart from the VAR QM. I don't know what that means. It's German, and the 3 officials on the field are Italian, with 2 Peruvian 4th officials. So it's James Rodriguez to make it 2-0 after 15 minutes. James Rodriguez 3 assists. You got both assists in their 2-0 victory. 2-1 victory over Paraguay, 32nd and 42nd. Cross in, finding the head of Daniel Munoz and Jefferson Lerma. Basically identical crosses. And then his 3rd assist was in the game. And it's 2-0. No mistake from the captain. And Colombia leads just like that. 2 goals in 5 minutes, I think that is. First, it was Cordoba. Then it was James. And I'm not 22 now. I've typed that completely wrong. So he's had 3 assists and a goal. He's on 4 goals and assists now. Really good. Really good from the captain. So for my prediction to stay on par, Luis Diaz has to score. And Jose Fiado's got to score. I think it could be 3 or 4-0. Before. Anyway, I'm going to go 3-1. Cordoba, Diaz, and Rodriguez, I said, will score, and Fiado would also score. But with this type of form, 2-0 inside 15 minutes, they could go 3, 4, or 5, and I am here for it because they could be taking on Uruguay, who have also been in fine form, winning 5-0 over Bolivia, as well as not even conceding a goal, 1-0 over USA and a 2-0 over Panama, so or a 3-1 or whatever it was. Anyway, 2-0. Cordoba 8 minutes in, James Rodriguez 16 minutes in, and here come Panama. Yep, Panama free kick. Arias brings down his man, and realistically, Panama needs to score any chance. I don't think they're going to give him any chances. Colombia, of course, don't make too many mistakes. In football, yeah, that's not penalty, free kick. Yes. So we're going to have free kick here in the State Farm Stadium in Arizona. It's quite an early game, 17 minutes past 3.
team in
Obviously, the
Panama.
Euros did have early games originally, the 2 p.m. games, 3 p.m. local, but those games were only in the group stages until match day 2. So match day 1 and 2 would have had a 3 p.m., 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. game. And then ever since, it's just been 8 and 5, 9 and 6 p.m. games. Here's Panama. They still have a chance. Blocked. And Colombia could break. No, Panama win it back straight away. Really good there in the CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Obviously, the hosts are out, but they're not even in CONMEBOL. So Mexico got grouped, USA got grouped, and that's just showing so much for the host. I think Canada in the World Cup will be the only host that gets out, as in gets out of their group, because realistically, they're the only ones. They're literally the only ones that have got out of a Copa America group. Like USA, off the post. USA had Panama and Uruguay really are struggling, and Mexico had Ecuador and Venezuela, which they could have beat. Both of them could have beaten both. Should have been 2-1 there. Off of the post. I think it was the initial cross. Header from Farina.
Nearly, but not quite. Back in the contest at 2-1. We saw a super open game in last night's match between Canada and Venezuela. This one too already is full of drama and talking points. And Panama this close.
So close from Panama. Should the goalkeeper have been any more over, it would have gone in. Down the other end, but Panama, they survive. I do think. Yeah, I don't know what happened, by the way, in the Netherlands Turkey live stream. I don't know if I am going to do the Brazil Euro. I really do want to because it's a really good game. But it's 2 a.m.
Who has displaced the fellow veteran as number 1. David Ospina on the bench these days. Vargas first choice now for over 2 years.
No, yeah, David Ospina. Al Nasser, but he did used to be a heavy European giant. He is on the bench and has been the past 2 years. Yeah, they were talking about Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He used to be, the man. Well, he still is for Barcelona, but he's had 0 minutes in Euro 2016, World Cup 2018, Euro 2020, World Cup 2022, and Euro 2024. He's not seen any minutes in any major tournaments, Euros or World Cup, since 2016, which is really sad because he'll get his chance in the next one, World Cup 26, I think. No, you'll just see Germany not qualify or something for the next tournaments, which could be the case because they've lost Tony Kroos, Thomas Müller, they've lost. They're going to be losing Manuel Neuer, so potential that they don't qualify. Or they go out early. I feel like Italy need to get back to a World Cup, really. They've not been in the last 2. Their last World Cup was 2014. And Zidane was playing. Not Zidane. Well, yeah, Zidane was playing, I think, in 2014. He wasn't, but it's going to be a Panamanese corner, or what do you call when you're from Panama? Like a Panamarian. The Panaman. I literally don't know. What you call when you're Panama? When your nationality is Panama. From Panama. Panamanese.
So corner. Barcenas is on this. By Barcenas for Panama.
Away. Another corner. Panama have done well. They're not playing like they're 2-0 down. We're only 20 minutes in and we could be like 2-2 this game. This game's been really good so far, actually. It's Murillo. Oh, they only got a throw in this time. It must not have gone that far out. Murillo's obviously going to try and pop it in the box. He does, only finds a Colombian shirt. Colombia, probably, behind Uruguay, have been the best side of this tournament. Argentina have, but they haven't been, phenomenal. Canada have done really well, but obviously that's subjective. Not subjective. That's just because many people thought they'd be out already. Venezuela did really well up to that point. Ecuador were all right. And then in Group C, Uruguay, top class, probably the best so far, and will be in the entire tournament because I don't see they're going to go out. I don't think Brazil can beat Uruguay. And this will just be the second victory for Uruguay in the last 7. They've only had 1 so far. There is a player down inside their own box. I think it's a Colombian in the Colombian box. Either way, he's up now. He's fine. Let's see what happened.
Well, here the opening goal from Jean Cordoba, a diving header, and he got away from Jose Cordoba. And,
Cordoba got away from Cordoba to score, and then second goal was James Rodriguez's penalty.
Well taken spot kick than that here. Than that from James Rodriguez.
It's the history of
28th goal in this cap, number 104 for Colombia. Martinez, there's Luis Diaz, now Uribe.
3 p.m. though is a weird time kickoff for a quarter-final game. You normally expect them to be like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. local time, or sometimes 7. What are they? They're 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., aren't they? The other ones. So what does that make the semi-finals? 8 p.m. I'm literally like, Blackman. Here we go. This could be a leveler. Well, a goal back. Headed away. It's going to be a corner though because he has to hit it behind number 21. Daniel Munoz. Daniel Munoz, for me, has been the best Colombian player behind James Rodriguez. It's going to float it in. It's away. And Colombia could have a counter-attack here. There's a chance. It's 4 against 4. Luis Diaz. He can find it, actually. Murillo lets him get away from him. So, yeah. The semi-finals are both kicking off at 1 a.m. UK time, which would make it 2 hours later than today's game. So 5 p.m. PDT, 8 p.m. ET. So Eastern time's 8 p.m. So I think one semi-final is happening in AT&T Stadium in Texas. And one, I don't know where the other one, I can't remember. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, maybe. In Atlanta. But yeah, they're both at 1 a.m. UK time, which will be either 5 p.m. Pacific time or 8 p.m. Eastern time. And the bronze final and final are at the same time as well. So, yeah. It's weird. I still can't go over the fact that quarterfinal games at 3 p.m.
James Rodriguez looks for Cordoba.
Oh, James Rodriguez for Cordoba. Can't find him.
Here's Luis Diaz.
Panama survive.
Where will come Welsh towards Blackman, who plays his football in Slovakia with Slovan Bratislava. For them to win the Slovak League title last season. And who plays as a right back for his club, but really as a right winger in this Copa America for Panama. Yeah,
I was going to say he's a number 2, but he's playing as right wing, right midfielder, so malarkey. So far, Colombia have 62% of ball possession. Panama with 38%. Colombia have the 2 goals to show for it, but Panama have had chances. But possession doesn't mean anything without goals. Really good here from Panama to win the ball back. They lost it, but they've still got it. Blackman out wide. Really good right winger. It's like Alfonso Davies. He could probably play striker if he wanted to. For Canada and for Bayern Munich. I think he's still knocking about Bayern Munich. I'm not actually sure. There were chats about him getting a substitution, but
good spell of ball here for Panama.
He never had it, I don't think.
See Colombia's defensive shape.
I mean, if he left,
in their respective possessions here. This though is
he could join Real Madrid in the future for Danny Carvajal will be retiring very soon.
To replace the banned Lerma.
I think he's like 24. 24 or 25. So I remember learning that he's only a few years older than Mbappe and Haaland.
Given away here to Jose Fajardo.
Given away to Jose Fajardo. The play was pulled back anyway. I think that was a foul.
Breakout stars of this Colombian team of this Copa America, really. He never played for a club in Colombia. He was spotted playing futsal by the Brazilian club Flamengo as a teenager and joined their academy. Get a clear here by Farinha. That's Miller.
Yeah, that's the thing talking about futsal.
Now Eric Davis.
Because it's so much different.
Corner, but you get the sense that here,
To,
for this to remain a contest, the next goal really must be a Panamanian goal. Martinez given away, and they look on edge here, Panama. This game,
like beach soccer, I think it's called.
Maybe a game too far, a level too far for them.
It's so much different. Yeah, so different compared to.
Maybe a 3-1 in their last group game to book their place here. They beat the USA 2-1 in their second. And they came from a goal down, but the US did have a player sent off in that first half early on in that second group match. A mistake by Cordoba. Now Miller stepping in, but he's given the ball away as well here to Rios. And now Arias. It's Arias for Colombia.
Oh, should have been 3 maybe. Arias plays it over, I think. I don't think it had a deflection or a block or anything.
Ideas, don't they, Colombia? And they're very impressive so far.
Really good from Colombia, yeah.
Arias firing too hard over the bar. He's scored 3 times in 18 caps, but that one.
They're just warming up for the World Cup, I think. Obviously missed out, like on being successful. They nearly in 2018 got to the quarterfinals, but England on penalties they lost to. And in 2022, I think they got out of the group. I can't remember. I actually don't know if they made it in 2022.
In here by James.
I'll check.
For Colombia once more.
I think they didn't make it. Or if they did, they didn't get out of the group. I actually can't remember 2022 World Cup.
Out of play here for Panama's benefit.
It's so like.
As I say, the nations share a border, but they don't play too often. 14 meetings down the years. They did meet at the Gold Cup twice in 2005. There were only tournament meetings before tonight.
Right, World Cup.
Won by Panama. By the way, those meetings at the Gold Cup 19 years ago. Rio with goalkeeper Mosquera. Well, for Colombia, a brilliant first half an hour. Eric Davis now for Christian Martinez. A little space to work in as well here for Ami Murillo for Panama.
No, Colombia didn't get out of the group if they were in it.
Too high for Fajardo. Should be run away.
No, they weren't.
Munoz.
Colombia were not in it.
Tackles of any player across the group stage. The Colombian right back got the winner against Spain in a friendly at London Stadium back in March, as well as the goals here against Paraguay and Brazil. Here's Eric Davis.
Yeah, they only picked 6 points. 7,
blocked
10,
James Rodriguez for Jean Arias.
11, 12,
Arias can't quite escape.
13.
He's going to win a free kick though here for Colombia. That win over Spain as well back in March.
14.
Having seen Spain at the Euros this summer, this Colombian team are clearly a force to be reckoned with.
17,
in the autumn in
20. They picked up 20 points. And if we just look at previous years.
Davinson Sanchez.
Yes, to have not made it, they would have had to finish below 4th in the CONMEBOL qualification. This time around, they haven't lost a game yet. They're the only undefeated side left. 3 wins, 3 draws in the 6 games, 12 points. 1 point behind Uruguay, 4 wins, a draw and a loss, 13. And Argentina, 5 wins and a loss, 15. Argentina's loss actually came in the last round in a 1-0 defeat to Otamendi, but yeah. It's so crazy how early they start with qualifications. Don't they play each other like 3 times? Or I think it's just the games are just spread out more, aren't they?
A hungry team, don't they, Colombia? On the evidence so far. Martinez goes long. It's read though here by Davinson Sanchez. Mojica for James Rodriguez.
Will we see another goal before the break?
Uribe. Well, James' stats before tonight in the competition. In the group stage, he made 19 shots for teammates, 3 direct assists, handed 5 of their 6 goals, 11 key passes, and 7 of those came from dead balls. So again tonight here, James on the ball now. He's having a wonderful Copa America, really is. Here is James Rodriguez. And in here for Luis Diaz. And still Luis Diaz towards Arias. And Murillo clear for a very
The final estimate ended 3-0.
Away comes Barcenas here. Joel Barcenas. Christian Martinez. Martinez now for Cesar Blackman. Blackman goes again, but the ball back to him was...
Argentina have never lost to Italy in a major
Diaz
tournament.
was picked out by another pinpoint James Rodriguez pass. Onside here he was.
Well, that's if you count the final estimate as of
a goal had he got the
major
shot where it
tournament.
scored, but held up well by Panama this time and couldn't find Arias with the return pass. You get the sense there are more goals here for Colombia if they want them. Miller, again he and Cordoba come together, 2 very, very strong players there in confrontation. Martinez.
Oh, to be fair, the finalissima took place a year later. So the World Cup obviously finished in June 2021. And the finalissima didn't take place until June 2022.
Motion today again for the suspended midfield star, really, Coco Carrasquilla, sent off and serving the last game of his 2-match ban, the red card in the game with the USA in the group stage. Clash with Christian Pulisic. Luis Diaz shrugged off here by Farinha. Farinha for Panama, pressured. Here Mojica. Throws Colombia's. So 2 goals up here. Diving header by Jean Cordoba. Penalty from James Rodriguez after Arias was brought down by goalkeeper Mosquera. Before they left for the tournament, Panama's coach Christensen, he said he wanted to be the surprise package of this Copa America. Sought to use Morocco at the last World Cup as the example to even fancy team to go deep into it.
I wonder if
Here is Arias.
they'll do this again, sort of malarkey. Well, this is me saying it because I don't think it's happened before. You know, some CONCACAF teams have been invited. So Mexico, USA, Canada, Panama.
I spent 2 years in the Portuguese 2nd division recently.
Costa Rica?
Certainly.
I don't know how it worked.
Won the Golden Ball for best player.
I don't know if it was to do with CONMEBOL rankings compared to CONCACAF. Because, like, in competitions where it isn't joint,
Davis and
who
Barcenas, both onset plays produce quality.
Here
by Barcenas for Panama.
I actually don't know. I literally couldn't tell you.
This is Cesar Blackman. His shot blocked. And a free kick here given for the foul on Jose Cordoba. Pretty much dead central for Panama here. Foul against, I think Carlos Cuesta was it.
Oh, so Colombia got 3rd place last time out.
Jose Cordoba. 4 years playing in Bulgaria.
Oh, they do it like that.
So free kick. Vargas beaten by Rafinha's free kick for Brazil in midweek. This one, as I say, is pretty much dead central here, in a good position to have a go. The left boot of Davis or the right of Barcenas here are the options. Vargas aligns his defensive barrier.
In 2015, I want to see if it's 2011 as well.
Before half-time,
yeah, so 2015 and 2011, they did 3 groups. So Group A, Group B, and Group C. Top 2 go through, and then the best 3rd place side goes through. 2016 in Centenario, it was just 4 groups. 2019, it was 3 groups with a third place side going through. 2021, and when it's not a mixed competition, they do it like that. 2 groups with the top 4 going through. So 2 groups of 5. And they all go through apart from bottom. So that's how it works when it's not mixed.
How close it was to going over the line and just scooped away.
Coming up tomorrow, by the way, by tomorrow I mean in an hour's time, Montreal v Vancouver, Columbus versus Toronto, and Cincinnati v Inter Miami, Orlando versus DC United, and Philadelphia versus New York Red Bulls in just under an hour. In under 2 hours is Austin versus NYCFC, and under 3 hours Salt Lake City v Atlanta, and in 4 hours Seattle Sounders versus New England, with games on Monday: Houston v LAFC, San Jose v Chicago, Sporting v Dallas, Colorado v St. Louis, LA Galaxy versus Minnesota, and Portland versus Nashville. Botafogo take on Atletico MG on Sunday. On Monday, there's some club friendlies. WSG Tirol take on Copenhagen, and Red Star Belgrade take on Zenit St. Petersburg.
Too much of this from Welsh, I don't think, but certainly just caught the.
On Tuesday, it's Spain v France in the first Euro semi-final. And Champions League qualification begins, like in the early round. So FCSCSB are in action against Virtus Aquaviva. Viking Reykjavik is up against Shamrock Rovers. Santa Coloma up against Balkany and more. Then, of course, on the Wednesday, it's England v Netherlands. And Argentina v Canada in the earlier same. Grêmio taking on Cruzeiro, Atlético Paranaense taking on Bahia, and Corinthians travel to Vasco da Gama in Serie A, as well as Uruguay or Brazil versus Colombia or Panama.
So 2-0 for Colombia. So James getting off for some attention. Here they are without their regular dead ball taker, James Rodriguez. This one is sent in towards Luis Diaz. I think James will get the job back from Arias, having seen that free kick. Mario here. This is Jose Cordoba. Again, the ball's been given away by the Panamanians, who just can't get a grip of the game at the moment. Impression too, the Colombians have barely broken into second gear at the moment. Yeah, the stats, more shots for Panama so far, but Colombia with the 2.
I find the Canadian Premier League so fun. There's only 8 teams in the top 5 go through the championship.
Rios. Another leg challenge here.
So funny.
At some point the cards will come out from the referee from Italy.
Yeah, at some point there'll be cards involved.
5 to half time.
Oh, 5 minutes to half time. Here we go. Got to be 3-0 here. Really good. It's Luis Diaz, and my prediction remains. I said Cordoba, I said James, and I said Luis Diaz. And also my prediction, not my predictions, but my what I said before James' penalty is wrong. He's had 4 assists and a goal. So he assisted Jon Cordoba's opener goal. It was another header, so another brilliant cross.
For Panama, surely already no way back from this.
And this could be the first game they don't go to extra time. So yeah, James Rodriguez, he got a double assist against Paraguay, 32nd for Daniel Munoz and 42nd for Jefferson Lerma. Both were headers off of his crosses. Against Costa Rica, he also got an assist. He assisted the Jon Cordoba 62nd goal. Against Brazil, he didn't get anything, but he was still man of the match. And then this match, he's had a goal and an assist. No, a goal and 2 assists. Because he's just assisted that Luis Diaz goal. So
the beneficiary is Liverpool's Luis Diaz to make it 3-0.
So James Rodriguez this tournament so far has had 1 goal and 5 assists.
Lovely controlled and lofted finish. And Luis Diaz, like Colombia, enjoying a superb Copa America.
I think. Let's look at player stats.
There was a check, of course, there always is. See, it was well onside here.
So yeah, he's on 5 assists. VAR check,
3-0 for Colombia,
but goal stands.
to book their tickets
So I think this is Colombia
for
going
that
through, really.
semi-final. Semi-final, by the way, for Colombia coming up on the 10th of July in North Carolina against either Brazil or Uruguay, but given Uruguay's form, you'd imagine they're the favourites in the later game tonight.
Yeah, so that their semi-final game will take place on Wednesday, Thursday in Europe. Well, it's only just Thursday in Charlotte, North Carolina. So kickoff local time. I believe North Carolina play by Eastern time. I've got a feeling they do. Well, it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific. So with 1 a.m. UK. No, sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UK, 2 a.m. Europe.
Canada. The second right now looks like Colombia.
So yeah, Argentina take on Canada
Uruguay, but Colombia here will
in the first semi-final on Tuesday/Wednesday. It's Wednesday in Europe, Tuesday or in USA. Kick-off 1 a.m. UK, 2 a.m. Europe, 5 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. That's between Argentina and Canada. And the same times for Colombia as it stands, taking on Brazil or Uruguay. But Brazil are the favourites. They go through on paper.
What a pass. On here to find Munoz. Munoz for Rios. So Colombia 3 goals clear. But again, we have to underline the role of James Rodriguez. 2 set play assists and he scored the penalty. So for James Rodriguez now, this Copa America just keeps getting better and better. 6 days away from turning 33. Martinez for Panama. That will be a free kick. Yellow card as well shown, I think, here to, was it Rios? Or maybe Uribe, the player who made the foul. Yeah, Mateus Uribe with a challenge. He not
so James Rodriguez, his birthday's on Thursday, which in Europe is the day of his birthday. So Mateus Uribe, the Colombian, has had a yellow card first of the game. We are entering what will be additional time. I don't know how many minutes are going to be added on. Probably not many, 1 or 2.
Can Panama find a way back in here before half-time?
No, is the answer.
1 goal here would open things up again. It's sent in towards Farina, but Colombia clear, and now the chase on. And Luis Diaz closing down there with Cesar Blackman. Quarterback.
That's the table setup, by the way. Tea, water, keyboard, mouse,
Davis,
headphones,
Martinez,
phone, and the controller for the
quarterback.
TV, as well as the notebook.
Eric Davis.
It did have my preview notes on it, but
Martinez, Blackman.
2 minutes. It was 2 minutes added on.
Welsh.
Panama, haven't been completely out of this. Sometimes there's 3-0s and 4-0s, whatever, where the opposition is just absolutely out of the picture. Goal kick. That cross had way too much on it.
But here, that James quick free kick was so well weighted, and Luis Diaz with work to do.
Yeah, that quick free kick was really good.
3 here for Colombia.
From James.
Faces do tell a story. As do those of the Colombian fans.
But then again, Panama has done really well.
Colombia here are cruising. Cleared by Camilo Vargas. Corners flick on towards Diaz again, but it should run here to goalkeeper Mosquera. Another poor Panamanian pass. This time by
Panamanian. I learned something new today. If you're from Panama, you're Panamanian.
Panama, there is more than a canal between the sides here, a chasm. if we're being frank. A mismatch so far.
But yeah, the game later on was between Brazil and Uruguay.
Luis Diaz.
Kicks off
Murillo's
at
pass
6 p.m.
Chasing Fajardo. By the
Pacific.
Cuesta for Colombia. Free
I
kick
know.
as well here for
6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
well, half-time.
Half-time.
Glendale and
The weird
Colombia
thing
so
about,
have been absolutely
because they're
wonderful.
different time zones in the same
You
tournament,
see where they are on this 26-game unbeaten run. In that first half, they were ruthless and devastating. And James Rodriguez, 2 assists.
as it
penalty
stands
score,
technically,
was the key figure. Half-time here, Colombia 3, Panama
I'll
0.
just mute this for half-time because I don't know what that'll do. Technically, both games kick off at the same time in time zones because one game's in Las Vegas, one game's in Arizona, unless they both use the same time zone. But yeah, I don't know, but it's half-time. 2-1. 3-0, not 2-1. Yeah, so half-time stats. Colombia have 52% of possession, 3 attempts on target, 173 passes completed, 80% pass accuracy, having 2 corners, no offsides and 9 fouls. Panama, 48% ball possession, 2 attempts on target, 154 passes completed, 82% pass accuracy, 2 corners as well, no offsides and 8 fouls. 1 yellow card of the game. It was Matthias Uribe of Colombia. I've just checked. This game is using Mountain Summertime. The kickoff was 3 p.m. local time using MST, but that's the same as Pacific. So yeah. So they use Pacific Daylight Time as their time zone, and the game between in Las Vegas between Brazil and Uruguay also uses Pacific Daylight Time. So that game will be kicked off at 6 p.m. local time. So yeah, the 2 games today. This game, 3 p.m. local, Brazil v Uruguay, 6 p.m. local. Of course, 11 p.m. this game, 1 a.m. the next game, UK time zone. So yeah, half-time, Colombia 3, Panama 0. It was an opener, Yon Cordoba after 8 minutes, assisted by James Rodriguez off of a corner. It was James Rodriguez's penalty for his first goal of the tournament after 15 minutes, and Luis Diaz off a quick free kick made it 3-0. James Rodriguez has 5 Copa America assists, 1 goal through that penalty. Can Colombia score more? My prediction was 3-1 Colombia. Goals from Diaz, Cordoba, and James Rodriguez, with Fajardo getting 1 back later on. See you in a moment. We're ready for the second half of action between Colombia and Panama. Remember, should it be level, which it won't be, it will go to penalties, no extra time. So the game returns. 3-0 at the break. Already. Second half incoming. And the day has changed. It's the 7th here in the UK. That's crazy. Here in the UK, it's just hit midnight. Whereas in where this game's been played, PDT time zone, it is only 4 p.m. 4 to be precise. I haven't got any sound. Why have I got no sound?
Striker. We'll see how that affects their shape and system as they chase the game. They have got, you can see now, I think, 2 recognised centre forwards on there, with Guerrero joining Fajardo.
Okay, so it's, yeah, same starting 11.
Davis for Welsh. Eric Davis.
Panama will look to, get back in this game.
Of Uribe. He's on a yellow card.
So let's see if there's any subs for Panama.
Colombia so far. This is Giovanni Welsh. Welsh.
Really good from Welsh there. No substitution. Jose Fiardo. Let's see if he can score. I think if Jose Fiardo scores, he'll become top goal scorer this tournament. Behind Lautaro Martinez.
Luis Diaz.
Lautaro Martinez technically will be top because Argentina are still in the tournament.
James Rodriguez. Mateus Uribe. Ball clipped in towards chasing Cordoba here. Cordoba has support too from Munoz. Defender here is Cordoba for Panama. Cordoba wins the throw there well off Daniel Munoz. Well, Colombia terrific in the game so far, but you do wonder in the second half, will they maybe just try and conserve energy a touch?
Probably not.
Fariña.
Then again, it has been mostly Panama.
Chasing
Or
Fajardo
Panama
for
in
Panama.
action. So Colombia throwing.
The coach has done such a great job to make Panama a force in CONCACAF. This is Murillo for Panama. Goes Rios, comes back here now to Giovanni Welsh. Martinez. Jose Cordoba. For Christian Martinez for Panama. Eric Davis. There are a team under Christensen who do like to try to play possession football, Panama. In the group stage, they averaged 55% of the ball in their 3 group matches, a fairly good number. It's more than Uruguay or Venezuela or Canada or Ecuador of the quarterfinalists. Only 4 teams in the group stage had more passes completed than Panama in their 3 group matches. Here's Fajardo towards Murillo, but the throw is Panama's. The game's next goal surely has to be to make the game any kind of contest. The goal for Panama. They've lost the ball here. Luis Diaz on his bike. Well, he wants a free kick, which he doesn't get from the referee from Italy. Well, Fajardo is down for Panama. And a chase on for Rios.
I think, you know what? My prediction for this game could be bang on. 3-1. Colombia 3, Panama 1. I said Cordoba, James and Diaz would score 1, 2 and 3. Not in any particular order. And then Fajardo would bring one back in the second half. So 3-1 like late.
Winner versus the US and the first goal versus Bolivia.
Fajardo though.
Injured here. This is how he came to grief. That challenge there on Diaz. Maybe just look to
will be that player that
the
plays about 70 minutes and then goes off.
Well, this certainly is not a happy sight for Panama.
So yeah, player down here.
Only title way before that young man was born. (2001) as the host nation. Their only Copa America so far. And here, the James ball through for Diaz. And that finish is gorgeous. But the awareness and vision of James to find him was remarkable. I think that might well be in the stands the father of Luis Diaz. Of course, hit the headlines for very sad and controversial reasons earlier in the season when he was kidnapped. Munoz here now for Rios. That will be a corner for Colombia. Won by the impressive Richard Rios, who, as I say, is a player who really at this Copa America has emerged as a real talent for Colombia. And they know on the corners, they set plays, this man James, you can hear the roar for him.
James Rodriguez on this corner for Colombia.
In by James Rodriguez.
Whipped one in, back post, but no.
There by Fariña for Panama. Johan Mojica. You heard there that roar for James.
Yeah, Jose Fajardo will chase that.
Love for him from the Colombian support.
Panama, you know,
Mojica.
having turned the intensity down. No, of Colombia.
It's Cordoba.
Cordoba.
With real pace and too much pace.
Too much pace on that cross. It was really good move again, though. Luis Diaz, I think he was trying to pick out.
Diaz's goal today takes him on to 14 for his nation. This is a 53rd cap for Los Capiteros.
I'll leave it on commentary for a moment.
For Liverpool last season, 13 goals and 5 assists across all competitions. Has been talk of maybe interest from Barcelona in him for next season. Bounce here doesn't quite favour Cordoba. Davis. Martinez. Chase on here for Guerrero. Guerrero shot for Panama. Brought on to the hope be a game changer in the second half here. Eduardo Guerrero. His first glimpse of goal here. Good through ball to find him from Martinez. And the shot taken early. I want to really concern Camilo Vargas in Colombia's goal too much here. Just a sign that there is life in Panama still. Good pass from Martinez to find him. Way by Davinson Sanchez. This is Eric Davis. Back to Jose Cordoba. Martinez, all given away here to Cordoba. And James Rodriguez back to Rios for Colombia. When they have the ball, they do look a very assured team, don't they, Colombia? Here's Mateus Uribe, brought in to replace Lerma. Has an enormous experience for the national team, Uribe. Plays now in Qatar for Al Sadd. And before you stay with Porto, most notably. There is Rios. It comes the way of James Rodriguez, who was blocked off there by Welsh. Yellow card for Giovanni Welsh. If they were to pull off the unlikely, he would miss a potential semi, but that I think will be a moot point. So Welsh, the first name taken in a Panamanian jersey tonight. For the free kick, let's maybe get a sense of Panamanian frustration building now. James Rodriguez. Uribe. Covered here by Mojica for Colombia. Lofted ball towards Luis Diaz, chasing here. And it's just recovered enough there by Amir Murillo. On the ball again here. Former Anderlecht player. Now playing, as I say, with Olympique Marseille in France. Mosquera, the goalkeeper, looks for a club. He's not had the best of nights tonight. Gave away the penalty for 2-0. Martinez for Panama. Martinez, the through ball here, and the chase on for Fajardo, but always going to favour goalkeeper Camilo Vargas. Davinson Sanchez. Apart from the header off the post early on in the game, not really had too much to concern the Colombia back four. Luis Diaz here being a nuisance. Defender covering there was Fariña. Now Mojica. Mojica for Uribe. James Rodriguez. Rios. Still those 3 first-half goals of difference here for Colombia. Game they are and have done from the outset been in total control of. James Rodriguez here for Mojica. Onto Arias for Luis Diaz. And Mojica's ball in here. Far too near to goalkeeper Mosquera. Eric Davis now. This is Giovanni Welsh for Panama. Into the feet of Christian Martinez. Cuesta read the intention. That's a great turn here by Rios. Rios and James Rodriguez. Jean Arias. Munoz. Colombia composed here, controlling, confident. They look a tremendous team on this evidence. Luis Diaz for Jean Arias now for Daniel Munoz. Rios again, and James again. James looking here for the run of Luis Diaz. There's Cordoba and Munoz. Diaz again, the keepy uppies. Wants a free kick, which will get as well here, the foul on him. Foul by Eric Davis, and you can certainly sense that there is frustration among Panama's players now, which is growing by the minute, really. No great surprise given the game has got away from them completely. Davis, the foul on Luis Diaz. So Colombia, with this comfortable cushion, they will feel here there are more goals in this for them. Maybe another James dead ball delight here to enjoy. Well, James at this Copa America, his set pieces have been extraordinary. Another one here for him. In back James Rodriguez for Colombia. This one's forced away. Goes Rios. And Welsh, it'll come here to Guerrero for Panama. Guerrero held up there and fouled by Davinson Sanchez. Sanchez, a Turkish champion with Galatasaray. 102 points they got in Turkey last season in winning the Turkish Super League. Sanchez's first season after 6 years with Spurs. Eric Davis back here now to find Cordoba. Harvey into Martinez. Murillo. Farinha. Christian Martinez. This is Barcenas. One for Davis. Davis to Barcenas, but that's read by Sanchez. Rios for Colombia. Munoz under pressure, and Munoz brought down there by Joel Barcenas. Another obvious case there of Panama just with frustration, lashing out and giving away free kicks. His team have come so far in his 4 years. Christensen, and to get to this stage, of course, it is their best ever. On the back of last year's second place at the Gold Cup against Mexico. Cuesta. Now Mojica. Mojica clear towards Arias, who will chase, but ball did bend out of play before coming back in there for Colombia. Before the draw with Brazil, they had won 10 games on the spin, Colombia, so this form has not come from nowhere. Group stage, they, as I say, topped a group containing Brazil. Not the best Brazilian team you'll ever see here, but nonetheless, no mean feat. Here is Cordoba. Carlos Harvey. Fajardo. And Barcenas. Across by Davis, blocked. Here by Munoz. An hour gone then in Glendale. Colombia 3, Panama 0. Semi-finals looming large for Los Cafeteros. Joel Barcenas. Martinez got there, so too did Uribe. Mojica. Luis Diaz. That was checked and just brought back there by the challenge by Edgardo Farinha. It's been deny the game any kind of flow.
We back. Substitution.
Changes, coming off will be
Ayaza is coming on.
Abdiel Ayaza.
Ayaza coming on for Cristiano Martinez of Panama. First substitution of the game, I believe. After 61 minutes of action there.
Coming on here is Ayaza.
Ayaza.
All 3 games here so far. This for him is cap 32, so Martinez makes way for Ayaza. And Munoz. Given away here. Cenas. Guerrero.
Here are Panama down this side.
Panama. Giovanni Welsh. Thought about it.
Thought about it. Didn't.
And the
This
shot
one will.
in, but way too high there from Edgardo Farinha.
Farinha, that was.
He's yet to score in his 6th.
Yeah, Welsh thought about it. Farinha did it.
Well over the top of the crossbar.
And it was just over the top of the crossbar. Too much on it. And it remains 3-0 Colombia. James Rodriguez involved in all 3 goals. Luis Diaz with the third Cordoba and himself with the penalty. 8, 15 and 40. So, here upfield by Colombia. By Mosquera.
This is Munoz. Comes Davis' way here, but Munoz was brought down.
Taken down. That was Panama moving away. But Colombia are going to get a free kick from the foul on that.
If they'll rest James here, given his advancing years and the game's position. What's his free kick first?
James will take his free kick before going off. They're going to rest him, of course. being a veteran, but of course the position of the game. It looks like they'll be in the semi-final against Brazil or Uruguay on Wednesday. United States local. Thursday in Europe, which they'll be preparing to take on Uruguay. Of course, kickoff for that game is in just over an hour and 30 minutes time. Yellow card for that challenge. I don't know who it's gone to. It's gone to a Panama. Paramarini. I don't know. It's Farina, the Panama player, for the third yellow card of the third yellow card of the game. It was on the challenge on Luis Diaz.
Of yellow cards tonight.
Been very stop-starty. So yeah, here come the substitutes with Sinisterra and Carrascal on in a double substitution for Colombia. That's Luis Sinisterra and Carrascal, number 8 and number 18. So James Rodriguez, I heard, was going to be making way.
His 50th cap, he scored 4 goals.
I don't know who it is.
Diaz departs to a standing ovation from the Colombian support.
But yeah, James Rodriguez, 5 assists, 1 goal in this Copa America so far. His first goal coming at the 15th minute penalty. Luis Diaz, by the looks of it, is going to be making way.
Scorer of their third goal. His dad approves.
Yeah. Luis Diaz and Jon Arias. So no, James Rodriguez will stay on. Luis Diaz and Jon Arias off. And it's going to be Carrasco and Luis Sinisterra on in that double change. So James Rodriguez remains on the pitch after 65 minutes of action. Colombia 3, Panama 0. It was Jon Cordoba 8 minutes in, James Rodriguez penalty 15 minutes in, and Luis Diaz 11 minutes in.
Coming up very slowly here, the man who won the penalty in the first half. The one to get a huge ovation.
Arias is going to take his time. He won the penalty on the 15th minute to make it 2-0. And Colombia are cruising to this victory and will be looking to take on Uruguay or Brazil in the semi-final. That game kicks off at 1 a.m. BST, which is 6 p.m. local time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and 3 a.m. European time. We will do the live watch. That's from about an hour's time, just over an hour's time, from about 1:30 a.m. BST, 2:30 a.m. Europe, 5:30 local, and 8:30 Eastern.
Rios with a shot. Deflection made all the difference. Just clips off the defender's boot and took the ball away from the bottom corner.
So it's going to be a corner. James Rodriguez to take, yeah? Obviously a fantastic captain. He's had 5 assists. He's still showing how he is truly class. And it's off of the attacker, and it looks to be a clash of faces, heads, whatever. Both players still down here. Jon Cordoba, I think it is. I don't know.
His namesake Jose.
Medical team will come on to the pitch for both players. We're going to have a look at that corner again. It's got a lot on it. Yeah, I think
players went for the ball and painful collision.
They both went for the ball at the same time, yeah.
The two heads coming together, very, very nasty. Of course, we take all the care in the world over these situations. Jose Cordoba and Jon Cordoba.
Cordoba and Jon Cordoba.
Well, how far can Colombia go in the competition? Don't forget, they've never been champions outside of their own borders. Look at the teams in this. They, Uruguay, world champions Argentina as well.
How far can Colombia go? They've only won it once, which was when they were hosts.
A very strong lineup in the semi-finals.
Or twice, I don't know.
Don't forget, the one we know so far is that
the Colombian's still down, by the way. Jon Cordoba.
On the 9th of July, then the day later, Colombia against either Brazil or Uruguay. As it stands here, of course, this one not over yet, but with his team 3 down. A long way back from here to win this one for Panama in their first ever Copa America quarter-final. The fans of Los Canaleros need to watch their team in their historic first ever quarter-final, but it has been, I think, a game and a level, really, too far for them. Maybe Rafael Borré there would be a change to come on for Colombia at some point.
A game and a level too high for Panama.
In midweek.
They did register a 2-1 victory over USA, but Colombia are on a different level this tournament. You know, they've been able to,
Eric Davis.
you know, only be held to 1 draw this entire tournament.
For Panama. Wants a free kick as well here.
Colombia free kick by the sounds of it.
It's yellow shirts outnumber the red. Panama in their change colours, by the way, tonight. There's a little bit too much red on the Colombian kit to mean they can't wear their home jerseys. So Colombia here on course. It's been fairly routine passage so far. And then by goalkeeper Camilo Vargas towards Jean Cordoba. Rios. And a through ball here towards Cordoba. Covering here by Eric Davis for Panama. On that Jose Cordoba. Fariña. Murillo. Harvey. To Fajardo. All turns over again here. Colombia come again. Cordoba's pass.
Here comes Colombia for 4. Turns this man. Needs support, taken down. They continue. Strike 4 now. Whistle's gone. No, it won't count. 70 minutes in.
Well, Colombia with the strike. I think the goal's going to be given, but the referee was going to give a penalty.
Yeah, the referee was going to give a penalty, but Colombia will take either one. They're 4-0 up now. I don't know if it will stand. I'm going to change the banner. I don't know who scored it either. But at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's Colombia 4, Panama 0. It was Young Cordoba 8 minutes in, James Rodriguez penalty 15 minutes in, Luis Diaz 41 minutes in, and Richard Rios 70 minutes in. Let's have a look at this again.
Causing havoc. This would have been a penalty kick here for that challenge, but play went on. And Rios from range.
Yeah, Rios from range. I'm sure that's a better goal in a 4-0 victory than having 2 penalties. I'm sure they won't care. A goal's gone in regardless. It was a penalty on the challenge, but Richard Rios from distance. And I think that's the first goal this game that doesn't involve James Rodriguez directly. But Panama is going from bad to worse for them, and they're trailing 4-0 here to Colombia, who look very much in form. And realistically, the only side that can stop Colombia will be the side that they'll face next, Brazil or Uruguay, I believe. Maybe Argentina can if they get to the final, but yeah, it is looking likely.
Well, I think he's saying here, look, he blew the whistle to give a penalty. Well, we heard the whistle, didn't we? But referee played the advantage, and here a double change. So coming on here will be Santiago Arias, and also
Santiago Arias and Quintero are coming on in another double substitution for Colombia. Realistically, I think they're just going to be resting some veteran legs, giving some youngsters, well, not youngsters, but giving some bench warmers some minutes. So yeah, Quintero and Santiago Arias coming on. I don't know who it is. I think James Rodriguez might be making way now. He is. James Rodriguez is making way, and he'll hand the armband.
A true career Indian summer. James has more than made his mark.
I don't know who he's handing the armband over to.
Coasting towards a place in the final 4. James Rodriguez tonight pretty much unplayable. And he will depart. Arias, who is
yeah, he will depart.
But Quintero, who joins the ovation.
Daniel Munoz and James Rodriguez off. Quintero and Santiago Arias come on.
For Colombia.
So James Rodriguez been top performer this game. Unplayable. Really good from him here in America. I don't know who is now captain.
Maybe it was a touch slow to get down to that shot from Rios. Here come Colombia again. Here's Quintero.
Quintero.
Santiago Arias. Quintero. The ball towards Cordoba. Jean Cordoba for Arias for Colombia. Giovanni Welsh now for Jose Cordoba.
Uribe, I think, has the armband.
Now for Panama, surely damage limitation. Murillo's pass. The chase on now for Fajardo. Towards in the centre of the waiting Guerrero, but just beyond his reach.
Just beyond his reach. Colombia win it back, and now they could break.
Here come the Colombians yet again with Sinisterra.
Sinisterra taken down.
No foul given. Well, there is a foul eventually against Farinha.
Yeah, foul given.
James on the right, the captain, has led by example here.
James Rodriguez, of course, veteran of the game, but he still knows how to do it. All the way back in the 2014 World Cup was the first time I ever saw a goal or highlight from him. It was absolutely outstanding. And, of course, he's been involved in every single goal this game at some point. Assisting the opener, Jean Cordoba, 8 minutes in, scoring the goal against the penalty, 15 minutes in. Assisting Luis Diaz off the quick free kick for 3-0 before the break. And then Richard Rios, I think he got the pre-assist. Panama win that back. Harvey through ball to Fiado.
Comes across the cover now. It's a free kick.
It's a free kick. Quite a dangerous area for Panama. They'll take anything here.
Fresh on the field, the fullback, and this fell here on Barcenas.
Barcenas is down here. It is going to be a free kick towards Panama in quite a dangerous area, approaching 75 minutes in. Colombia, of course, would rather not concede any goals because maybe there's a fight back on from Panama. Probably not, though.
His career in the US and now in Brazil. Here with the
it looks to be. It's going to be about 30 yards out, I think. This free kick.
He broke his leg. He just then to move to Leverkusen, the Bundesliga, as a loan player from Atletico Madrid. Played just one game for Leverkusen because of the injury, and as I say, then had to really kickstart and rebuild his career again. So Panama free kick to play of their maiden quarter-final, 15 minutes. Can they get a goal back, a consolation goal in this quarter-final? Eric Davis has placed this.
It's going to be Captain Davis that takes strikes over the bar. He was rising high. He was right to take the strike. He was right to take the shot, I should say.
This one from rather further out.
It hasn't paid off, though. It remains Colombia 4, Panama 0.
Arias. Away by Sanchez. So Charlotte on the 10th of July, the semi-final, against either Brazil or Uruguay. Eric Davis, Jose Cordoba, Giovanni Welsh, Rios, Quinteros, layoff, Sinisterra, now Mojica arriving on the scene. Mojica, Quintero. Now Uribe has got the armband now with Hammers off the field. Sinisterra. And the ball through here. This is Carrascal. Carrascal and Mojica. And Cordoba couldn't finish. And Davis away for Panama this time. Well, to play now, only 30 minutes. Yeah, Hammers that early corner. Now the first goal. For Jean Cordoba.
Close to being 5-0, but no.
Davinson Sanchez. Now Quintero's pass for.
It is out wide here. Flags up though now. They are offside. Panama will have a free kick in a dangerous spot.
On the books of Bahia. This is his first game of this Copa America, and they're going to take off Cordoba here, placed by Miguel Borja.
It's going to be John Cordoba that will make way.
River Plate in Argentina, so
scored the opener, of course, after 8 minutes, and it is going to be Boya It comes on, young quarterback off. Boya on for Colombia in the 5th and final substitution of the game. Sorry, 6th substitution of the game. Again, really good game from young Cordoba. Scored the opener.
For the game's final 12.
And he has, he's been involved in the goals indirectly ever since. He's just been a key player for Colombia's attack. Obviously, James Rodriguez as well.
22 goals for his club.
Luis Diaz as well. Boyas had just 2 goals for his club last season.
With goalkeeper Mosquera. Bárcenas. Welsh. It's Murillo. Fajardo for Panama. Fajardo's ball in. This is Bárcenas again. Giovanni Welsh in there towards the arriving Ayaza. Murillo from long range pushed away by Camilo Vargas.
Really good attempt.
First real second half save that. Here comes Panama again with Cordoba. Guerrero. Blocked there by Sanchez, but one back here by Eduardo Guerrero. Arias stepping in with Davinson Sanchez, but the ball turns over here for Giovanni Welsh.
That could have been a goal from Welch.
Well, shots coming in now from
I don't know if it's Christensen's, goal to score a goal. However,
the first one, Murillo pushed away by Camilo Vargas. Fairly routine save this, in truth. Nice height and all that. And then this from Giovanni Welsh was much too high. Blazed over there from Welsh. It appears that Canada will be the only CONCACAF team to make the semi-final lineup.
So yeah, Cordoba,
at this stage.
Colombia, the only CONCACAF side to reach the semi-finals as it stands without having to go to a penalty shootout. Argentina via Ecuador was 1-1. Argentina victorious 4-0 pens. And Canada v Venezuela was 1-1.
Harvey.
Many chances though for it to be made.
This is Fajardo.
1-1.
Murillo.
2-2.
Up to Farinha. Ayaza. Abdiel Ayaza. Jose Cordoba's lost the ball here. The back heel. Going into Sinisterra.
Sinisterra, but Sinisterra loses it in his pass. Here comes Panama. Good ball outfield. Out wide, sorry.
Nowhere beyond Mojica here for
beyond Mojica.
Murillo.
And Colombia win it back. They are really cool under pressure here. Ball pushed down. It's going to be a foul. Colombia in their own half free kick. It's Mojica that's down.
For Panama then, a bruising first Copa America quarter-final. Colombia have been simply several cuts above. And
substitution is going to be Valencia that comes on for Panama.
Coming on. He will replace in his natural left-back position Eric Davis for the last, 9 or 10
And he'll
minutes.
replace Captain Eric Davis,
Valencia
who will hand the armband over.
In, Major League Soccer. This will be only his 3rd cap. He made his debut last month in the...
to number 10.
For the Red Bulls against the New England Revolution. And he will come on here replacing Davis. Maybe a player who will become the long-term successor to Davis in that left-back role for Panama. Only 20, Valencia.
So, yeah, Davis hands over the armband to Bárcenas.
The nation's last 2 friendlies have both been big Colombian wins, 4-0 and 3-0. The most recent only was, 5 years ago, so they don't play too often. Expressions tell a story. It's been a tough night for Panama, really tough. Header on from Bárcenas. Chase on for Miguel Borja. Long Long ball now towards Barcenas again for Panama. Giovanni Welsh. Well, can they get a consolation here? That's the question now for Thomas Christiansen. This is Valencia.
The consolation would be really good here for Panama. I don't think they're going to get it. I think Colombia are going to get their first clean sheet in the tournament.
The Colombia first half especially, very, very impressive tonight. You can see why they are a team who've had so many plaudits and are on that now 27-game unbeaten run. Last defeat 866 days ago in a game with Argentina. Panama free kick.
Panama free kick. Here we go.
Barcenas.
Barcenas for captain. Back post to Rios. And then the follow-up is over the top of the crossbar. And we're 84 minutes in here. Colombia 4, Panama now. And it's going to be another substitution. Ishmael Diaz coming on for Panama. And he's going to be coming on for number 17, Jose Fiado. So Fiado will not be scoring a goal in this game, in his final game of Copa America this time round. And they'll have to try again the next time they're invited.
Diaz missed the group games injured, came off against Paraguay in a pre-tournament friendly. Here's Sinisterra and Rios, that lovely ball through. And here is Miguel Borja. Challenge on him by Fariña. There was a flag anyway. You see just beyond that last defender. Well, the previous two quarterfinals, both very tight in this year's competition. Penalties to split both Argentina and Ecuador, and last night Venezuela and Canada. This one rather more clear-cut. Still to come, of course. It is Brazil-Uruguay tonight.
Yeah, Brazil-Uruguay still to come. Hour and 15 minutes until kickoff. About an hour until my live stream goes live. Committed fouled. Colombia committed 13 fouls, 1 yellow card. Panama committed 18 fouls with 2 yellow cards. And Panama in possession now. This is with goalkeeper. Ball cleared away. It's upfield. Can anyone get on the end of it? No, they can't. It's not very far. Panama do have this back. They're searching for a little consolation goal here. Diaz. Driving forward.
Ismael Diaz for Panama into traffic. It's away here.
Ishmael can't do anything, and it is away. Ishmael Diaz running into open heavy traffic from Colombia.
Ayaza for Panama here for Harvey. Barcenas for Murillo. Barcenas here twisting and turning for Panama. Onto Murillo.
Panama really searching for a goal here. Colombia are cancelling out every opportunity of one. Time is ticking anyway for Panama to try and get a consolation goal. They're going out regardless. But let's see if they can make it 4-1 instead of 4-0. Colombia haven't kept a clean sheet this tournament. Match day 1 was a 2-1. Oh, no, they have, sorry. They're only, wrong. Match day 1, they beat Paraguay 2-0. 2-1. Match day 2, they defeated Costa Rica 3-0 before a 1-1 draw with Brazil. 87 minutes gone.
It's a learning curve for Panama.
It is a ball over from Panama. Too much on it. It's going to be a Colombia throw-in. And yeah, what the commentators just said, it is a learning curve from Panama. But they'll fight back again in the 2026 World Cup. More spaces available. So they should be there. And then, of course, the Copa America 2020, whenever it's 27, 28, whatever.
Ball has still really strong.
Really strong from Colombia. They did still have it. Panama win it back. But here's Colombia again. His ball can't be shifted through, and Panama do win that back. They do survive. And they're not going to go 5-0 down yet. Hang on, Colombia back in possession. Sinisterra. They've still got it here. This could be 5. They're lining up. Heavy touch. And no, they can't score. Panama can get rid of it and will get rid of it.
Tries to take on for pace their Cuesta, who is having none of it. Back with goalkeeper Camilo Vargas.
Vargas
Based there in Colombia.
trying to beat him for pace anyway, but
Neat,
no.
tidy, controlling, dominant. Yes, clearly.
Really good game from Colombia, though.
Game really well tonight too. They've been able to rest players. They've not taken any risks, and they've got the job done with room to spare. And they'll be certainly in the semi-final a major force. This is Quintero.
Carrascal. And Colombia really want a fifth here.
Sinisterra.
Of course they do.
Carrascal again for Sinisterra.
Honestly, if Uruguay win, this will be a great semi-final between Colombia and Uruguay. Both sides, of course, have been showing up.
Passing precise. Sinisterra.
This tournament, leading up to the tournament, and just recently in general.
Come back here though for Quintero, but the whistle's gone for a free kick.
Free kick for Panama. 89 minutes gone.
A through ball for chasing Guerrero here for Panama. Guerrero back now to Valencia. Cordoba. Welsh. Murillo's cross.
It's away.
For Colombia. A few would begrudge the Panamanians a consolation goal here. This is Guerrero now. And to Omar Valencia.
Out wide. Good block from Colombia. They are going to get a corner.
Back off the Panamanian there from Arias's block.
Goal kick.
Only moments away. And James,
so we've hit the 19th minute. 2 minutes to be added on in this one. And Colombia look to play out a 4-0 win over Panama.
Smiling. Masterclass. Named as the player of the match in the stadium. A great surprise in that, given his contributions.
So yeah, James Rodriguez, of course, will be most likely guessing the player of the match award. Sinisterra chased out. Mosquera comes out, and Panama will get the ball back here. 1 minute 30 at minimum left. Can Panama get a goal with Ismael Diaz?
Diaz will be a throw-in.
Throw in for England.
Just 2 minutes added on by the referee, I think, to maybe spare Panama any further damage. Cuesta for Juan Quintero. And here is Arias. Arias, was he taken out?
Arias was taken out.
Arias floored in stoppage time.
Arias is down here at stoppage time.
A chance to add more to their tally.
Yellow card for the Panama defender. And it looks to be like it's going to be another penalty. Both players are still down here, clutching their head. And I don't know, really. I do think there's going to be another penalty here for Colombia, which is really amazing. They could go to win 5-0. Remember, both games have gone to penalties so far, both being 1-1 after 90 minutes. Argentina winning 4-2 on penalties over Ecuador, and Canada defeating Venezuela 4-3 on penalties. So it's Argentina v Canada, and it's going to be Colombia versus either Brazil or Uruguay in the second semi-final. So Boya is stepping up here for the penalty, the second of the game. James Rodriguez put one away after 15 minutes. And they'll be looking to put this one away. I mean, it doesn't need to go in 100%. Cordoba, the Panamanian defender, is down.
A few weeks' time, I guess he'll have maybe a break before he joins pre-season with the Canaries, but he's had a tough night tonight. Lost his man for the first goal, now gives away a penalty for a potential fifth for the Colombians.
So yeah, Colombia have a chance to lead 5-0 in the dying moments of this game, but the player is still down injured. I'm not really sure what the problem is.
Tender area there, Cordoba. Well, here the check on the penalty. Was there an offside to answer before the award of it? Borja, the player who was not really involved in the play directly, was he? Arias was onside for sure. So, Cordoba, the player who gets a card for that challenge to give away the night's second Colombian penalty. Indeed, Miguel Borja.
So it is going to be a penalty. It's going to be Borja, the substitute. Luis Diaz obviously made way early on in the game, and James Rodriguez very shortly after. James Rodriguez, 2 assists and the goal in all 3 first half goals. The other goal, he wasn't directly involved in. This one, of course, will be another penalty. We're 93.5 minutes in, 94 now. Can he make it 5-0 just before full time? This is probably going to be the final chance of the game, final couple of kicks in the game. Panama, no consolation goal. Second penalty of the game for Colombia. This time it's Borja, the substitute. And it's 5-0. Running absolutely rampant. They are, of course they are. And they will be a force to be reckoned with in the semi-finals, where they'll take on either Brazil or Uruguay on Wednesday.
They have blown away Panama. 5-0.
Panama have been absolutely blown away. It was Cordoba after 8 minutes. James Rodriguez penalty after 15. 41, it was Luis Diaz. And then second half, it was Richard Rios, 71 minutes in. And now 90 plus 4 minutes in, it's Borja. He's only been on the pitch 5 or so moments, and he scored the 5th. It's Colombia 5, Panama 0, and they'll take on Brazil or Uruguay on Wednesday in the second semi-final of Copa America 2024. And Colombia are a force to be reckoned with. If it's Uruguay they face, it's going to be the 2 big dogs facing each other. But it's Colombia joy. Panama defeat, no consolation goal, and I do think that'll be the final kick of the game.
Been blown away. It's been a super display here by the
full time. Colombia 5, Panama 0.
And it handed all 3, and 2 more in the second half to round off a rousing display. Final score here: Colombia 5, Panama 0. And they are through to the semi-finals of the Copa America.
So yeah, Colombia into the semi-finals after a very convincing 5-0 victory over Panama. Thanks for watching this live stream. I'll see you in 50 minutes time for the second final quarterfinal game between Brazil and Uruguay. That's from 1:30 a.m. local, 30 minutes before kickoff. Kickoff being 2 a.m. BST, 3 a.m. CEST, 6 p.m. PDT or Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. See you in a moment. I'm Josh Talks Football. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos on the YouTube channel, and I'll see you in a minute. Goodbye.